Hello, Facebook family, and happy Monday morning. Today, Positive and Productive, we're going to talk about a simple way to run your to-do list. All you need is something to write on and two colors. If you don't have colored pens or pencils or markers, you could just do a pen and a pencil. Those are two different colors. I prefer a regular pen, like blue or black, and then a bright color, but that's just me. I'm not sure if the strategy I'm going to share today is one we have done in the past or not, but it's one of my favorites, and I think it's really great now that things are starting to take on momentum of something normal. This is a particular type of to-do list that can carry you through a week. I see Lynn says good morning. Good morning, Lynn. Yeah, it's still morning for me. I had a great weekend, so got to sleep in a little bit on Monday. I'm loving it. But kind of the essence of today's to-do list is an idea that I relate to this other concept. So there's this author, Matthew Kelly, who wrote the book, The Long View, which I haven't read, but I've read a lot of excerpts from. But he says most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a month. We overestimate what we can do in a year and underestimate what we can accomplish in a decade. And I think that's important because it speaks to the power of incremental progress. So if we're overestimating what we can do in a day and then we write a to-do list, at the end of the day, we feel frustrated because we had that expectation. And that frustration could lead to the next day having a minimal list, and that up and down chunks of productivity across a month can really have an impact. So what I love about the list I'm going to tell you about today is that because we overestimate what we can do in a day, if we pre-plan for that, we know, hey, I'm going to make a list. I'm absolutely not going to get it all done. Then at the end of the day, we don't have to feel that anxious pressure over what we weren't able to do. And what was left from day one moves on to day two. So let's just talk about the strategy. And this pairs really nicely. I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. We talked about that idea of prioritizing. So, if I have 20 things I want to do, what are the top 5? Those are the most important. You can even do that with your tasks. So I would recommend ordering your tasks either in priority, or another thing we've talked about in the past is the concept, they call it eat the frog first. So you might want to put the things at the beginning of your list that you absolutely hate doing. So you get them out of the way bright and early, and then you're focusing more of your time on things that you love. That strategy works really well with our we'll call it a continuing list, which we're doing today, because then Monday you do all the stuff you don't want to do, Tuesday some of it, and by the end of the week, the only thing left on the list is things you enjoy doing. Okay, let's talk about the list. The strategy is as simple as this. Write down everything you know that you have to do. It's obviously going to be more than you can finish in a day. Or write down everything you think you can do today. And research shows that we always overestimate what we can do in a day. So it's definitely be longer than the actual time you have. When you get to the end of the day, you cross off all the things you did. Anything that was unfinished goes on a new list. But in this time, you're going to make it a brighter color. So for me, let's say I write everything in with this black pen, get to the end of the day, feeling productive, but man, I really didn't get to weed the garden or cut the flooring for my son's room. Before I go to bed, I'm going to get a purple pen. I'm going to put that on a new list. Then when I wake up tomorrow morning, Tuesday, I'm going to get my black pen, and underneath the purple, I'm going to list everything else I have to do, because I have some Tuesday specific meetings and things. What that does is it prioritizes what was left over from the day before. It kind of already gives you this revolving list, and you just repeat. So when I get to the end of Tuesday, now here's the problem. If that stuff that was in purple at the top of my list still doesn't get done on day 2, then I need some reflecting, because that tells me I'm really avoiding it. So why? Maybe it's because I'm not prepared. I don't know the steps I need to take to get it done, so it's easier to avoid it. Maybe it's a huge task that I need more time than I have available on a weekday. Like, doing the flooring in my bedroom. I might want to push that to the weekend. Or maybe it's, I don't know how to even begin getting it done. So maybe I need to take some time and do some research. And you can even put time to research a task as a to-do list item. I mean, it's up to you how much you want to micromanage your items. But I always say my brain's a creative tool, not a storage device. I got that from David Allen, but I'm going to put even the simple things like read article on my to-do list because I don't want to have to remember to do it. I want it written down so that the paper can do all that for me. I can just use my brain to think of new things. Anyways, let me know if you have any questions. I am going to type that strategy up in plain speak for the comments so you have it. Whew. So weird typing while you're on camera. Things I need to get used to with Facebook Live. All right. Well, that's it for positive and productive. Simple as doing a list, using colors to trick your brain into priorities, and giving yourself grace and compassion, and most of all, curiosity when you find that you're not doing something. Stay away from blaming yourself or feeling guilty about being unproductive. Really just get curious about why and try some new ways to get it done. Can't wait to see how it all goes, and I will see you all for the rest of the week. Wednesdays are workouts. Sundays are writing activities, and as always, you can join into recovery talks. You can call if you want peer services, and the center is open. So if you're in the neighborhood from 11 to 3, you can go hang out outside with Yana and Kirsten and all the other cool people who show up. So lots of opportunities. See you around, friends.